Quiet on set. That's farmer friend, singer-songwriter Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer friend and jack of all trades Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebud Guys. Okay, first of all, happy St. Patrick's Day. Or it will be very shortly. So, got a little bit of housekeeping to do while I kill time for him to do what he's doing over here. So, as usual, like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube in particular. We measure what we do successfully by YouTube primarily. It would help greatly if while you're sitting here listening to me babble, that you reach down below, right there, and push the like button or the subscribe button, and then while you're at it, go over here and hit the little bell-shaped icon, and that will give you notifications so that every time we release a video, you get notified. And if you can watch that video, it helps us get noticed. So the more times you like, you subscribe, you comment, you share, anything that you do down there gives us recognition through Facebook's algorithm, which in turn helps us get our video recommended over on that side of the screen for things people might be interested in. And the more times that happens, the more new people see our videos, and the more we get noticed. And some of our plans for the future requires us to get noticed, because we're going to do some other things on Patreon and hopefully eventually get some supporters out there that will help us monetarily without having to put ads on our stuff, because we don't like ads any more than I'm sure you guys do.
You're sure talking a lot.
Well, you said 60 seconds. Give me 60 seconds. And I said, okay. So I think that was pretty close to 60 seconds.
Well, you get the idea.
Yeah. So about a year ago, that link's up here now, we tried black and tans. Since then, it was also a spectacular failure, at least on my end. Lyal's actually was semi-successful.
Kind of looked okay. It was all right. It wasn't great.
So he took it upon himself to perfect this, and he has figured out, as you've seen from the title of the episode, the secret to black and tans. You're going to put that in a big echo effect, right? And wah, wah, wah.
I am now.
The secret to black and tans.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so there's
Pretzels.
the only banner that you're going to see says, I was eating them. It says, get this drink before
It's fair.
he throws my scotch off the screen, too. Happy Thanksgiving. Nope. Nope. What is this?
St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, and it'll be in bright green and orange and red. And
Yeah.
no banner today, guys. All right, Lyal, this is all you from here on. I'm done. My drink.
Here's the thing about black and tans. There's several videos out there on YouTube. There's several articles and blogs on how to do it. It's kind of a staple drink. It's a thing. I don't know how much of a thing it is, but it's a thing. And, they're cool. They don't taste
Very good.
but you look cool carrying them around.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And I will say that it does kind of like, you can switch it up a little bit. You can get some good flavors. But it all comes down to a couple different things. It comes down to the gravity of the beers that you're using and the techniques that you use to pour it.
Okay, what does gravity mean?
I don't know.
I forgot, I gotta answer my own dang question.
It has something
Set
to do...
him up, and he...
has something to do with ABV. In general,
It has to do with the amount of sugars in the alcohol before it's fermented down into alcohol, which then usually translates into how much alcohol is going to actually be in your beer, which is your ABV. So usually, I think, this is the part I'm not sure about, if you have a high ABV, you have a high gravity. Probably. Somebody can correct me on that. We didn't ask that beforehand, and we definitely should have, but it just now occurred to me.
I feel like I'm just walking off right now.
I give you every opportunity to look like the smart guy.
So, so near as we can tell, it's very important to have a low ABV stout and a slightly higher ABV pale ale. And we're going to try wheat beer here in a second. I know they're done with wheat beers. I've also seen them done with IPAs. But the real kicker is a low ABV stout, which is Guinness Drought is perfect.
Yeah. So, but you can do this with others, and you have done this with others.
I have.
Okay.
I had some really good success with some random beers, but apparently they were flukes, and I just happened to pick the right beers.
Okay. When he says we, he means him. I have not made one of these since the last time you guys seen me make one of these.
So here's the thing. There's 3 different ways to do this. You can just pour it straight out of the bottle. You can use a bent spoon like this.
What you just did.
I used a bent spoon. You can use a thing called a turtle that sits down in your glass.
Which we forgot to bring, which is what I was going to use.
And honestly, the turtle is the absolute foolproof, easiest way to do this. So, good luck.
All right, so what we're going to do is Lyle's going to make one, talk us through it, and then we're going to see if it's as idiot-proof as he says it is by letting me try it. And we'll see.
Okay, so you want to do this at the same time or
Let's let you do one. You're very fast at it, so let you talk you through it, do it, and then what am I using? I'm using a Guinness and a
pale. Now,
and a pale ale.
So I used a Boulevard Pale Ale and a Guinness Stout for my first one, and there's good separation in color there. I don't know how well I can get that on camera, but there's good separation in color.
If you hold it real still, the editor can zoom in on it.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to try this with a wheat beer.
Go for it. I'm going to step over to the side, let you do this right in the middle here, and talk us through it.
I hope this works. I've not actually tried this with a wheat beer before, but we're using a Boulevard wheat. This sits at 4.4. Boy, that doesn't bode very well. We're going to try it.
Okay. He's got one of our new Tastebud glasses too, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a test glass. We don't have many of them yet, but we're looking at designs. This is why you need to like them, subscribe, and follow us. Do I got to do that whole spiel again while you're doing this?
No, you do your whole thing.
Oh,
just
then we'll just watch him then.
So,
all right. So what I noticed is you've got a massive head on that thing.
That's the very first thing. Is pour an enormous head.
That much.
Yeah, like the more head you have, the easier it is to do this.
Can I get an amen, y'all? How's the laughing? Does that help with it? Is it good when you all shook up?
Well, so this is the second thing you want to do. You want to pour this very slowly over the spoon. You can also pour it very slowly.
Oh, I think you got it, man. There's a stream falling, but I think most of it's staying up.
You can pour it very slowly from the bottle as well, but it takes a little bit of patience.
Am I going to try it with the bottle or with the spoon?
I think you should try it with the spoon. And I think because of the gravity of the beers, I think you'll have a little easier time with the pale ale.
And that's what you used the first time, right?
That's what I used the first time.
Okay, so we know it's possible, I guess.
This Boulevard wheat sits at 4.4%, and the Guinness sits at 4.3%. So,
okay, am I supposed to get it all over the bar like you're doing, or?
Yeah. This is where the turtle comes into effect, and that the turtle eliminates a lot of.
Give you all one guess on who cleans the bar up every time.
I'm editing. I can't be bothered with that. Okay. So once you establish a
Pretty sure
barrier,
you got this at least.
Yeah. Once you establish a barrier, you can go ahead and pour a little quicker, but you still don't want to necessarily glug it in.
The second one. The first one you do want to glug in.
The first one you want to, yeah. But once you've established that coloration barrier, you can go a little faster. You just have to watch out for the head overflowing the glass.
So should you have used a little less wheat in there to start with, you think? Wheat? The wheat beer?
You know, I'm not a super fan of the Guinness Stout. I like the Guinness Extra Stout.
So the wheat's the better beer, so you put more of it in there.
Yep. Because that's what I like. And, mess aside, there's your black and tan. Or...
I'm not going to lie, that's a pretty good black and tan.
So, I've seen this done...
I love our logo, but why don't you turn it sideways so that they can see it?
Oh, there we go.
No, I meant get it out of the way so they can see the beer. There you go.
I just want you to see the logo.
The logo.
So, I've seen this done with Blue Moon. They call it a black and blue.
Yep. Killian's Red.
I've seen it with Killian's Red. I've also... some people were talking about some IPAs. that I think would also be really good. I tried to do this with a coffee blonde ale. Did not go well. But I think that might be because I was using Guinness Extra Stout, which is at 6%, versus Guinness Draft, which is 4.3.
I think there's one coffee blonde ale sitting over there if we want to find out, but...
You start yours. I'm going to go get that.
All right, Lyle's going to fast forward this through this next session right after I say, Chiefs, Super Bowl 54. All right.
So I actually prefer mine with the wheat beer. Has a nice, like, light, crisp bite to it. I think I'd like an IPA even better, but I haven't tried that.
Can you float an IPA over wheat? I know it won't look very good, but...
Not over a wheat, no. No, you'd use a stout in an IPA. There you go. Yeah, let that settle out.
All right, I am...
Yeah, look at that.
That was way more successful than last year.
Yeah.
All right, so that isn't so bad. Yours is still prettier and probably a cleaner break.
Well, the, not necessarily on my one with the pale, which is definitely a black and tan. This is a black and blue, right? Or a stout and a wheat, essentially.
Okay.
So the wheat's going to have a lighter color. It's going to give you a little more, like, pop on there.
I don't like these.
So,
all right, I will say it worked.
You don't sound happy about it.
No, I don't like it. This isn't going to be a good drink. I'm going to sit and drink something I don't like. Because this takes a lot of beer to do this. I will say, for the air of authenticity, I couldn't find any Irish whiskey, but I've been drinking Scotch for a while before we got on. So I wasn't the most sober when we did this. And I still pulled it off.
Yeah. Okay, so let's recap real quick, because at least for me,
sobriety's not important.
This is something that we have a St. Patrick's Day party every year that we try to...
Coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And we make these for the occasion. So, recap. You need a wheat or a pale ale, possibly an IPA, but you want that ABV to be well above the stout that you're pouring. In general.
But we had trouble using the Guinness Extra Stout, you said.
That's a 6% stout. This Guinness Drought or Draft, whatever it is. Draught. Whatever. is 4.3%.
Okay.
Which is super low.
So explains why I like the Extra Stout and not this
one. Which
one.
I do as well in terms of taste. But if you want it to float, shoot for a super low ABV stout, a higher ABV wheat or pale. And as you can see with the wheat beer, it doesn't have to be much, just by a percentage or two. And then the first thing you want to do is glug the light beer in first, build up a big head, and then pour very slowly the stout into the head. Done.
It did work.
Get yourself a turtle, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I could see how that would be.
There's no mess with the turtle. It just sits in, then you just pour it over. It distributes the Guinness or the whatever stout you're using.
Yeah, I think the spoons that I seen was more straight up and down and closer here, so you could get it down in the glass.
Yeah.
So that probably would make a big difference.
I bent those right before we got on. All right. You don't have any questions?
Yeah. Where did them sunglasses come from on that Hams bear?
Those would be Tyler's. Before he got his Ray-Bans.
Oh, okay. Why are they here?
I have no idea. He left them here. So.
All right, somebody defaced our Hams bear.
No, they just made them...
Somebody defaced our Hams bear.
They just made him a little cooler with some specs.
Okay, we need to clean him up. He's looking kind of ugly from the remodel. Whatever. Do your thing.
Until next time.
Whether it be the black and tans you're learning how to make correctly.
The food you're eating.
Clothes you're wearing.
People that you're meeting. Grab a buddy.
And show up for a St. Patrick's Day party. Oh my God, he made a mess.